My name is John Belcher, and I am still the new principal at Mount Si High School, halfway into my second year here, and thrilled at being at a really fantastic high school. So I know many of you are middle school families and incoming freshmen. We're going to give you a little bit of a glimpse, make sure you've heard some of the messaging. But we really want to get the rest of our upperclassmen families and community members really on board with where we're going. Mount Si High School is a fantastic school, and I just see massive potential in our student body to get even stronger. And I'm going to show you why we believe that we're on the right track with what we're going to do with Mount Si High School, which is something we're calling STEMify it. We're going to bring a lot more opportunities for students to get excited about science, math, technology, and engineering. So real quick, I wanted to do a quick face shot. This is Mr. Newell in the corner here for all you freshman middle school parents. He will be your freshman campus principal. Thank you, Mr. Newell. So why STEM? Rather than talk at length about why we're going to talk about STEM, I just want to give you a visual. Washington State is a leader in STEM career opportunities, yet we barely come close to filling the demand. So right now, in the STEM field, if you're an unemployed individual, you are looking at 2 job opportunities in STEM fields. If you're looking at any other career field and you're unemployed, you're competing with 3.5 other bodies of individuals for those jobs. We know the only way we're going to get more students going there is to get them excited about math and science. And here's what we know from employers. They're asking us to change education. They want students to move from a teacher-centered experience to something more collaborative, where students are trying to solve relevant problems and bringing that to the workplace. We also know that employees want people to take initiative, to have inquiry about their job. We are a system in Washington State, across the nation in fact, where we give content to students, they wait to hear the content, they regurgitate the content. We know from employers that's not working well. We need to shift to, why don't you address how you're going to resolve this issue, work in teams, come to solutions on your own, defend those solutions, and get up in front of your peers and present your findings. We know that's what employers are demanding out of our students. And we're seeing universities completely change their application process to find those sorts of students. This isn't new for Mount Si High School. We have all sorts of STEM-related classes, and people are really confused of what that is. Really, all STEM is moving the teacher away from the center, getting kids to struggle with the problems, find solutions, apply those concepts, so they'll get to much deeper levels of learning than just regurgitating, passing an exam, and forgetting it like most of us had in our college experience. Okay? So I want to show you real quick that tonight we have some guest speakers that are going to talk about some of these new programs in red. AP Computer Science, Introduction to Robotics, Fit for Life PE, Project Lead the Way. These are new STEM initiatives, revamping traditional programs at the high school, building the pipeline for what we hope is going to be coming out of the freshman campus. Why do we want to do that? Because everything is in blue is where you want to see your student get to. You want to see your students get to the advanced medical sciences, the advanced placement coursework in sciences, all the way down to the advanced math coursework. When you look at our student body, we see massive potential in their ACT, SAT scores. We see that students should be filling those courses, and we should be adding and adding and adding, which we are, but not at the rate that our students show potential for. That's led by 2 things. 1, families and students concerned about GPAs so they don't go after the rigorous coursework, which is a legitimate concern. We now know colleges are shifting their focus from not focusing on grades as much as what was the demand in the coursework you took. And so we're seeing shifts there. And we also know that kids look at those courses as just plain scary, and they're not seeing the relevancy in that coursework. So we believe with our game plan at the freshman campus that we're going to be able to start to build a strong pipeline that majority of the 10 through programs are going to alter and shift to be more relevant with the jobs and the careers in demand now compared to where our high school was 15 years ago. Okay? So the big one is, I got some messages for parents tonight. You have to take your pre-registration process seriously. We have a 3-step registration process. Step 1, tell us what courses of interest are to you. Step 2, I build a schedule based on student voice. Very different. In other words, your student will drive how this school is going to shape and adjust to the demands of where students are going. And if you don't take the pre-registration process seriously, then we're going to not have the adequate voice of students on what we need to add to my coursework. In other words, if enough people get the message we're covering tonight, we anticipate all those courses in blue, the advanced courseworks, are going to start to grow because people are going to start to see that that's where the demand is in the future for my kid. Also, we're here to help, but you got to start getting focused on the post-high school plan. Every week, ask the question. What interests you? Where are you going? What interests you about that? Do you like to wear a suit? Do you want to carry a briefcase? You want to be outside? You want to sit in a cubicle? Start asking the questions to start to refine, and then show your students where the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics is within that. And we anticipate that students will start to shift and see those coursework as much more relevant to them. And last, we believe our concept for the freshman campus is going to STEMify Mount Si High School. We're going to add 4 new courses, and one of them is required for every freshman starting next year. That's new for us. So real quick, I'm going to have other experts tell you about certain things, but instead of our traditional PE program, we're offering something called Fit for Life. It's a STEMified PE program about personal fitness, utilizing technologies to help achieve their own personal fitness goals. And it's going to be attached to 1 semester of something called Project Lead the Way, Introduction to Engineering Design. And we're going to have the expert, the regional Project Lead the Way individual share with you what that is. But that's one option for freshmen. Or they could take something called Project Lead the Way, the same course I told you, but the full year. When they get out of that, we anticipate by their sophomore year, we will have the 2nd year of that program, then the 3rd, then the 4th, and a student could have the full sequence of this Project Lead the Way program that we're going to share with you tonight. Also, we're going to offer something called AP Human Geography. In a nutshell, the geography and how it's affected by humans, and obviously a lot of science, technology, engineering, mathematics can be influenced in that concept. So we're looking at that as another opportunity if a student wanted to get an AP course in their freshman year already on their transcript. And the 4th option is something called the Big History Project, which is a true STEMified history course. It starts from, the Big Bang all the way on up through the future. And it's all about the inquiry, the problem solving, the applying of the concepts, and everything you've heard about what STEM is will be infused into that program. What we know is when 500 students get a taste of STEM, we anticipate that their interest in those upper level science mathematics courses is going to increase. And it's going to help us start to build a pipeline of gentrifying the rest of the high school programs. So I showed you this laundry list. Many of these are going to start to shift and alter to the demand of students coming in because they will have met many of their kind of introductory level coursework at freshman year. And we're going to be able to expand and start to gentrify the programs we have in place currently for students. So real quick, the format, because I want to get some other people up here, is if you can hold your questions, every presenter, myself, Mr. Newell, all the teachers that teach the programs are going to be out in the commons where you get to interact with those teachers, ask the questions directly of those individuals, and get a taste of what STEMification is and what the courses are here at Mount Si High School currently. Also, we'd like you to get those 2 dates on your schedule. February 26th. We start at 6 p.m. for freshmen, incoming freshmen. We're going to spend an hour and a half with you to ensure that you really understand what these courses are, How do I sign up for them? What are the requirements? We will cover that in detail on the 26th. Right after that, we will do upperclassmen families that have specific questions about coursework, etc. Upperclassmen questions are quite a bit different often than freshman families, so we wanted to separate those two events. And last, I want to make a very special thank you to our PTSA members for putting this event on. This was a great turnout. I don't think I've ever seen standing room only in the auditorium, so I'm really appreciative of their efforts. So Lori Hollish and Kathy Renner, thank you so much for getting this organized.